Apple, Fitbit and Withings have all recently released new high-end smartwatches, but what if you don't want to pay hundreds for the latest and greatest tech? What if instead you could pay a fraction of that for something with very similar features? Well, today we're going to take a look at this, the UWatch 2S smartwatch. This has been kindly sent to me for review by the manufacturer, thank you very much. It comes well packaged. I was impressed with it looking pretty smart out the box. They've sent me the white version, not sure if other colours are available, but I quite like this white strap. It's quite different to the usual black. Comes with a USB charging cable that clips on magnetically, as well as a multi-language manual. It isn't an always-on display, but there is a little light sensor on the bottom that allows you to cover it up and that will turn the display on. And the display isn't actually round, it's a square display in a round watch face. And that's more apparent when you're swiping around through the menus. You can see it's a square display. Doesn't really bother me. I think it looks quite good. It's generally quite crisp and clear, and there's a lot of options. I found the swiping menu system to work really well. It was very responsive, and as I was scrolling through, one of the menu items caught my eye because next to the usual fitness training was a blood pressure monitor. I've never seen this on a fitness watch before, a smartwatch, so I decided to put it to the test up against my Withings blood pressure monitor, which I found to be very accurate whenever I've been to the doctors. It takes 3 measurements and then gives you your average reading, and so that's exactly what I did. I took the readings and then set about getting a reading from the smartwatch to compare to the Withings. The results were not too dissimilar. I wouldn't rely on the smartwatch, but it's an interesting feature for such a low-cost device. This pictures itself as a bit of a health watch, health tracking, and you can select the activity you are up to, and it has a slightly different set of recording depending on what you're doing. You can see there's a good range of exercises in the watch menu. If you select something like walking, it will record your steps and how long and how far you've been. The other options give you different items as to what they record. Obviously steps isn't relevant if you're cycling, but if you're doing basketball you might want to do steps as well. This is all fed back to the app, which is very clean, very easy to use. A bit of a downside to this though is all the data is trapped in this app. I haven't found a way of taking it out of this and syncing it with something like Google Fit, which I think is a real missed opportunity. But at least you've got all your information in one app. It's very easy to read, and there's an awful lot of it if you want to go through checking things like your heart rate, your blood pressure, your blood oxygen. Elsewhere in the app you can pick your watch face, so this allows you to customize it, and although there's only 3, you think there's only 3 to begin with, you can have a custom watch face where you can really pimp it out how you want, or you can head over to the free watch face store by clicking more watch faces, and there's actually a really good selection on there, so I'm sure there'll be something for everyone, lots of different styles. Don't know how often they're adding, but there seems to be a huge amount on there to get started. Battery life's good. I've found it can last a couple of days between charges. There are a couple of downsides to this watch. For a start, it can't format text very well on the screen. It tends to cut it off, so you can see the will, the L on the new line, and the written, there's a W and then written on another line. The screen brightness isn't great either. Indoors and in shade, I found it perfectly fine, but outdoors in the sun, it was very difficult to see. So while there are some shortcomings with this, such as the low screen brightness, I'm genuinely impressed with how good this is for the price. At the time of review, this was less than $40 US or less than 30 British pounds, and you can find links to the watch in the description below. If fitness trackers are more your thing, click here to see my review of the Fitbit Charge 4. I'll see you over there.